farm, family, community. This is Midwest Farm Weekly.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on Midwest Farm Weekly. 6 young women are now in the running to become the next Alice in Dairyland. It is a one-year, full-time public relations position with the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. I was in Door County, host site of the upcoming finals, when the state made this announcement.
I love cows. I really love cows. In 2018 is when I milked a cow for the very first time, and honestly, it's just, I took off from there. I took advantage of every single opportunity I had. I've had experiences from swine to equine to bovine to poultry and everything in between. I go through every open door. And for me, I love the animals, but more so than the animals, I love the people. I love being able to create that connection for people between producer and consumer.
Haley Heinzel from Oconomowoc says her course in life changed after volunteering alongside Alice in Dairyland at the state fair.
The impact that she has on consumers and how she's able to share about Wisconsin's agriculture industry. And it just was a pivotal moment for me. I was actually a dairy science student at the time at UW-Madison, and I switched my major from that to life science communications in order to pursue Alice.
I have been following Alice in Dairyland for my whole life, so to finally be here, a top finalist for the 77th Alice in Dairyland is truly a dream come true.
Lauren Seamers is from Kiel.
I am a 6th-generation farm kid, so agriculture has always been in my life, whether it was a more literal sense being on the farm or just making those connections, staying involved in agriculture, especially through those youth organizations, 4-H, FFA, the Junior Holstein Association. Through that, I developed a real excitement and love for agricultural advocacy, so sharing the story of agriculture. Farmers deserve a voice. Agriculture employs almost 12% of Wisconsin's population. So a year of more actively getting that message out and experiencing everything that Alice gets to experience would really be a once-in-a-lifetime year.
I was in it from the beginning. There's pictures of me in my diapers, in the straw at County Fair, like always a part of me, always a part of my life.
Big Ben's Michaela King is another top candidate.
Wisconsin has so much unique agriculture. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most is getting in a cranberry bog if I were to be Alice, because what a fun, unique thing.
So my passion for agriculture began as a little girl. I remember playing with the kittens and feeding calves on my grandfather's dairy farm of registered Holsteins in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin.
Sierra Essick is from Fox Lake. She's currently an agriculture teacher and FFA advisor.
They will be pretty surprised and excited. Actually, one of my students told me that I should apply, so he'll be excited to see this. And although I'm able to advocate every single day inside my classroom, I want to expand that outside of my classroom walls. So just being able to share Wisconsin's agriculture story outside of the classroom walls is something I'm really looking forward to.
For so long, dairy was all that I knew. And by getting involved in 4-H and FFA, I was able to see the vibrant and diverse agricultural community that is here in our great state of Wisconsin. So Alice in Dairyland was that natural next step for me to get involved, share that true and inclusive story of agriculture, and give my talents back to an industry that's truly given me so much.
Katrina Hosley is from Denmark. Like other candidates, she has built an impressive resume.
Another experience that's been so great was working at Culver's franchising system in their marketing department. I was able to work with their Thank You Farmer project, and it was such a unique experience. When you think of Culver's, obviously, you think of butter burgers and frozen custard, but being able to tell the way that agriculture is involved with their franchise was such, again, a unique experience to be able to share that and the way that agriculture plays a role in the cheese curds that you eat and the custard that's scooped daily.
I've always been very much involved with educating the community, educating children, men, women, anyone that is willing to listen to me. I am all about educating. And so just kind of watching Alice and doing some research on what she does, she is a huge advocate for dairy, for agriculture, and I feel like if you're advocating, you're educating.
Kewaunee Kylie Pagel rounds out the top 6.
With my current role right now, I am the marketing advisor at our family farm, and I just see kind of what we get to do. You're never too old to learn, so why stop now? So I just get to continue to keep going forward.
For some of these applicants, the learning begins by exploring Door County.
I have never been to Door County before. I was so excited to come, and like I love like Michigan. I live pretty close to it, so like being able to see it from this point of view is so exciting. My hotel room like literally looks out on the lake, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty.
As a Denmark native, just down the road here, Door County was a place that we frequented as a family fairly, well, at least once a summer. So I'm not new to the area, but new to all the experiences that Alice will open throughout the upcoming months.
Alice gets to see it all. We get to try the foods and be able to tell the stories of the farmers and producers who bring those products to the consumer every day.
I think we have such a unique opportunity being finalists here in Door County. Door County has such a unique, such a diverse array of agricultural products that they provide Wisconsin.
I'm just so excited and blessed and honored to be here.
It takes a lot to be here, and I'm just super honored that I have the ability to be here and share my stories.
The public is invited to attend several portions of the Alice in Dairyland Finals, scheduled for May 2nd through the 4th in Door County. I am honored to MC the finals.
Well, Jeremy Hansen here from Fox Valley Technical College for Life on the Farm. And joining me today is Dr. Adam Kroll. Adam, thank you so much for your time today. First of all, could you describe what you do?
Yeah, so I am a nutritionist with Pioneer. Basically, I support anything that goes into the mouth of a cow that Pioneer sells, and that historically was corn silage and hay and haylage, and over the last couple of years, I've heard a lot about Plenish high oleic soybeans being fed to cows, and so that's a lot of what I've talked about, a lot of excitement in that area.
Right, and that's what you talked about today. Could you remind me what Plenish soybeans actually are?
Yes, so Plenish soybeans were designed for the food grade industry. They had some demands for a specialty oil. Essentially, what the soybeans are is a mutation where all of the fatty acids that used to be linoleic all stay as oleic. And so there was an enzyme that did that. That enzyme was deactivated, and so now we have what we call a high oleic soybean, but it's twofold. It's higher oleic fatty acids, but less linoleic fatty acids.
Right. And the real benefit is feeding to dairy cows, and you gave a wonderful description on when feeding fat and the effects on milk fat. Can you just summarize that?
Yeah, so the production of milk fat is a very complicated process, and essentially it comes from twofold. You either have the cow absorbing building blocks of fatty acid through the rumen, and those building blocks go to the udder and are built up into long-chain fatty acids. The other way is the full-chain fatty acids make it through the rumen to the small intestines, get absorbed, and they get directly put into the cow's milk. And the cool thing about Plenish is it affects both ways. It can improve both sides of the equation in dairy cattle rations.
Right. And how do you feed Plenish soybeans to cows? I mean, is there some efficiencies, or is there some savings, or more components?
Yeah, typically fat supplements are very expensive, and so anything we can do to bring a cheaper source of fat, and if that's through soybeans, so we can maybe pull out some of the more expensive sources. The other thing is if we can feed these in a way that cow increases the milk fat production, then both of those can lead to increased profitability from the dairy, whether it's a cheaper ration or a higher level of milk fat.
And what's the best way to feed Plenish soybeans? You have to process them in some way, shape, or form, correct?
Yeah. And so there's two ways that farms are feeding them. One is feeding whole beans, so we call it full-fat soybean. It has all of the fat still in it, and those beans need to be roasted, whether that's on farm, a mobile roaster, or a facility that roasts, and then it would need to be ground to be fed as a full-fat product. Another option, and it's an option in this part of Wisconsin, is there are crush plants who take some of the oil out and sell that as a premium product, but they leave about a third of the oil still in the soybean meal, and if that oil is the high oleic oil, that feed additive is very valuable for feeding as well.
Right. And feeding Plenish soybeans are relatively safe for cows.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of trials on how high we can push these diets with the high levels of oleic, whereas when we pushed fat levels really high, and if that fat was full of linoleic acid, we'd get a lot of rumen indigestion, and we'd have called milk fat depression. It would actually drop our milk fat. With these high oleic soybeans, we fed them at very high levels, Not that that's the most economical, but from a safety standpoint, they're incredibly safe, and we could feed them at much higher levels.
Right. Adam, you know, I could talk to you all day about this, but thank you so much for your time today. This fascinating topic today.
Absolutely.
So, for Life on the Farm, I'm Jeremy Hansen.
Here's a call to action for local businesses looking to grow their international impact. Krista Carnegie is here from the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. DATCAP currently doing some recruiting right now for some great international opportunities.
Right. Our international team just got back from Thailand promoting cheese there. We've got the Gulf Food Expo coming up in Dubai, and lots of opportunities for dairy, meat, and crop industries to help expand their relationships and grow in the international marketplace.
I made a few graphics of a couple of different opportunities. We'll cycle through them. You can look and see if something matches what your business is doing. Why is this such an important fit for our local processors?
Well, the governor and the legislature got together to create the Wisconsin Initiative for Ag Exports. That provided some funding for us to really focus on how do we grow those relationships, grow our business. We grow and we make more food in Wisconsin than that we can possibly consume here. And so we look to those international markets. 95% of our customers are outside of the state's borders. So we need to look at those and build those relationships to build those markets.
I think it's important to mention the traditional things that come to mind, but lumber, wood, that's also a very important category.
We work with softwood exports, hardwood exports councils to help grow and meet some of those customers, and that really is an opportunity for us in Wisconsin, where more than half of Wisconsin has wooded land, and so that is definitely a strong industry for us.
Now, you are actually recruiting for your international team as well. Tell me more about these positions.
So we have 4 economic development consultants on the International Agribusiness Center at the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. We have 2 openings right now. So we're looking for somebody who's experienced with exporting, who is going to be a partner to companies, taking in the trade shows, introducing them to clients and helping them build those relationships with overseas markets.
Must love to travel, right?
Absolutely.
Sounds like a great job requirement to me. You know, we mentioned on one of our previous shows some of the grant recipients in our area from your local food purchase program. That is just one of many, many grants that are being announced. Talk a bit about why DATCAP is so passionate about getting funds into the hands of our farmers, our processors, our producers.
Well, in the last 5 years, the amount of grants that have come through DATCAP has been exploding. From the state legislature and the federal government. We've got a lot of great programs available, from dairy processors to farmers who are producing local food. And really, if you're interested, is there a grant for me? Go on to the DATCAP website and check out the grants that might be available for you, because there's a lot of them available right now.
And I know when I was talking with Secretary Romanski, we have seen industries shift and change because of these grants. Meat processing. We were in a situation during the pandemic that people didn't know where to go with their animals. They didn't know what steps to take. We're not feeling that anymore. People have options.
Yeah, they're right. And we've got some infrastructure grants to help remodel processing facilities so they can have more capacity, and really these grants were the spur to get that to happen.
Krista, why is this important for innovators? Maybe a farmer is out there saying, I'd really like to process my own milk on my farm, or maybe there's a cheesemaker out there who wants to take a leap into a new style. You guys are making that possible.
Absolutely. The Dairy Processor Innovation Grants do just that. Processors who want to try a new 2-stick butter rather than just the 1 stick that they've been doing, or they want a new packaging technique to be more efficient, or a new line of cheese, something add to Wisconsin's 650 varieties of cheese, right? So these grants allow them a little less risk in making that jump.
And ultimately, a lot of this circles back to the export push, right? A lot of these businesses now are able to tap into some of those customers who are hungry for our products.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're new to exports, we can help you with that too. So our team can help you with some training, kind of help you identify what market you should target, or how you even get started with the export market.
Bottom line, reach out. Chances are they have help for you. Certainly the Farm Center, another great resource that falls under free help through DATCAP. Thank you for being here, Krista.
Thank you, Malene.
Just behind feed and labor, the cost of raising a dairy heifer is the 3rd highest expense on dairy farms. There has been a shift in herds, according to Corey Geiger, who is lead economist for dairy production and processing in CoBank's Knowledge Exchange Research Division. Good morning to you, Corey.
Good morning, Malene.
So tell us what you observed when it comes to dairy heifer numbers.
Well, the big picture is the dairy heifers are the replacements that are going to come into dairy herds are at a 20-year low, and they're down over 700,000 animals in the past 6 years. And this is the 500 and over category, not even counting the baby calves.
You shared some fascinating graphs with us, as always. How did we get here?
There's a bunch of components to this, but first heifer raising costs went up, and then we started using more sex semen so we could predict our heifer calves, and actually about half the semen sold in the U.S. today is female sorted semen. So then we had inventory issues, and replacement values went down, as you're seeing on the graph here in 2018, even prior to that. And so dairy farmers started using beef semen on dairy cows to kind of plan we're capitalizing on high beef prices, right? And so these days, it's been estimated there's between 3 and 3.25 million animals out there that came from a dairy cow or heifer, but a beef sire. It's just mind-boggling, but that's where we get these numbers here in the replacement category.
And your next graph alludes to that, shows that beef semen sales have climbed substantially.
This is a skyrocketing graph here. I mean, we're treading along here, and then poof, 2017 happens. We go from 2 million to 9 million units in 2022. The 2023 data isn't there, and I know it's going to be higher yet.
So you also examined slaughter numbers and how that relates to replacement prices for heifers. What did you see there?
So this summer, when milk check margins weren't that great and people weren't making money necessarily making milk, you see the cull rates pick up in 2023 in the summer months there, and then all of a sudden that yellow number starts ratcheting down, and right away that was my cue for two things. See dairy farmers pulling back on culling, and replacement prices for that next cow coming in the barn, if you're going to buy them, are going up. And now look at the start of the new year. It's just a completely different trend line.
I was going to say, we're on a different part of the graph for the beginning of this year. So do you see that line continuing downward this year, or have we hit a point that we're really as low as we're going?
Well, I think it's going to stay low and mirror that for a while here, because the bottom line is replacements are out there. The prices have gone up. The USDA numbers are $1,900. I've seen prices at auction markets push $2,800, and that's just a paradigm shift from 6 months ago.
So what are you hearing from dairy producers related to all of this? How is this impacting their business?
There's a lot of moving parts to this. So if you're growing your herd and you need replacements, now you got to change your budget line. But the other thing is, for the next 2 to 3 years, we could have a different milk production level here in the United States. We're not going to have, you can't make baby heifer calves and make more cows. This is biological. This is a 2 to 3 year shift here. So these replacements that somebody may need, they're just not out there. So it's going to impact milk production. You may see some lower culling numbers. People are keeping their cows longer. Big change here. We haven't really encountered this in my lifetime.
Fascinating research, and no doubt you can dig into those numbers even more in the full report. Corey, how do we find that, and talk a bit about the team that is behind all of this?
I'm part of a group of 10 economists at CoBank called the Knowledge Exchange Division. I work in dairy, but I have teammates that work in grain and animal protein. And so we work together on reports that can kind of forecast where we're heading as an industry, not only in the U.S., but around the world. You can go to cobank.com and find it. It's easy to locate under our Knowledge Exchange Division, and you can download PDFs of each of these reports and learn more.
And be prepared to spend some time there, because there's a lot of fascinating topics. We appreciate you sharing your research with us.
It's been a delight to be here today, Melanie.
Good morning, I'm Storm Team 5 meteorologist Alexis. As February has now ended, it officially is the warmest one on record here in Green Bay. We ended up with an average temperature of just over 33 degrees. And as meteorological winter has now come to an end, that's from December 1st till the end of February, our average temperature also ranked #1 with an average temperature of almost 31 degrees as well. It's officially March. This month, our average for our high temperature is 40.4 degrees. Average low temperature almost 24 degrees. Typically this month we'll see an average rainfall rate of about 2 inches for the month, and then average snowfall is just over 8 inches. So far though this March we have seen no snowfall. For the season, just over 33 inches have come through. Typically for this time of the year we should have accumulated about 45 already, and we're well below where we sat just a year ago. In 2023 we saw over 50 inches of snowfall in the beginning of March, which means currently there is no snowpack left on the ground. The entire state far away from snowfall, and that is all thanks to our temperatures. A little bit cooler this weekend, but still above average average. And then look at those temperatures to the start of our next work week, skyrocketing back into the low to mid 60s, and then we stay fairly consistent all week long next week with temperatures at least in the low to mid 50s. The Climate Prediction Center continues to keep Wisconsin and northeast Wisconsin well above average in this warm category heading in towards the end of March, as well as this above average category for precipitation. So we're in a typical El Nino setup heading into the middle end of March with warmer temperatures and above average chances for precipitation.